You and I are drowning in content today. It's not like we're lacking for things to watch. And I don't know about you, but where we are, we only have 24 hours in the day. So it's hard to keep up with it. And you've got all this information. But what if you could have a brilliant PhD researcher right there who is an expert on a topic talking to you, or a few experts that were there helping you learn something? You might have to watch some videos for that. And here's the real challenge. What if you've got about 5, 6, 7 videos and they're 2-3 hours each? How are you going to watch it? And then how are you going to retain that information? I'm going to show you a way you can deploy AI in this video to start working and change your learning and really help you make a difference in the bottom line. When you can learn more and present it better for those buyers, making presentations, when you can have a better sales presentation than ever before, you're going to like this. This is something we're using now here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs and showing our folks how to do that, to our members. We are loving it. It is helping and giving us some dramatically good results. I'm Terry Brock, and so let's get right into this. I want to show you the problem first and then how you can solve it. So here's the situation. You've got to get this information. You want to do a lot more than just watch videos. You want to understand what they're saying. How can you use that? How can you get that moving in the right direction? Well, let's take a look at an example that I want to give you. I'm over here on a YouTube channel called Moonshots. It's with Peter Diamandis. He is a wonderful guy who's a medical doctor from MIT. Not practicing medicine, but he has his MD. And he has a channel that takes really, really smart people. They talk about very important topics. This is good. I love watching this when I can, but I've got a challenge with it. I think you have the same thing. Let's look at this right here. Like you'll see, these are the videos they have, but take a look at this one right here. This one is 2 hours and 59 seconds. This one right here, 2 hours, 52 minutes and 10 seconds. And then this one over here, 1 hour, 20 minutes, etc. And that's a wonderful thing to have these videos, but I don't know about you, but we just don't have that much time in the day. But I really want to see it. Maybe that one, and there might be 4 or 5 of them. Well, here's what you can do. By using a certain technique, where we're going to use, in this case, Gemini, you can do this, you can get some good results very quickly and find out alternate points of view, something that is breakthrough and based on science. You're going to be able to see how this works. Now, you can do the same thing, by the way, with ATLAS, which ties in with ChatGPT, and with Comet, which ties into Perplexity. Those are them. Now, they each have different modalities, and there's some pros and cons with each one. Actually, Gemini tends to come out on top in many ways, but I want you to notice the concept here. So let's see what we can do on this. What I'm going to do is come back over here to the video so you can see that, and what I want to do is I want to watch one of these videos. Let's say I'm going to get one of these right here, like this one right here. Well, let's get that real long one here. This one is 2 hours and 2 minutes there, or even more so. Yeah, we can do that. That'll be good. 2 hours and 2 minutes. That will be a very good one to select, see what it can do. And, or actually here, 2 hours, 52 minutes. So we'll take this one right here. 2 hours, I'm going to click on this one and pull it up. And there we are. They're meeting here. This one happens to be with Elon Musk. They're there with him and looking at some things that are available. It's a moonshot that they've got. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this just a little bit here so we can see some of it. There he is. There's Peter, and we've got that. Now, what I want to do is I want to be able to see what's going on with this and how they're moving, or what they're saying, how they're doing. And the way to do that is I'm going to zero in on an important part of the screen, and that is up here in the upper right corner. As I move the screen around here a little bit, you'll see in the upper right corner, because I'm using Gemini, that is available. So I'm going to click here on Gemini. And when I click on Gemini, it brings it up on the screen so you can see it there, shows you what it looks like and how this would be available. And you'll see over here on the right side, we've got Gemini available up here in this area on the screen. And I'm going to punch in a prompt. So I'm going to put in that prompt here. I'll be right back. Okay, and here's the prompt. It says, give me a summary of this video in 30 paragraphs or less. I'm just selecting an arbitrary number there. You could select another number, 40 paragraphs, 20, whatever works for you. You know, it's going to be or less, it'll be that. And I want you to cite the main issues of the discussion. Then give me an analysis of online alternative points of view, this is important, that might come from a different viewpoint. Cite references and do fact checking. I don't want any AI hallucinations, because you know that can happen sometimes. You get different answers on there. So what I'm doing is I'm not only getting a good summary of what these 3, 4 people who are really, really brilliant on this very, very important topic, but I'm getting it quickly so that now instead of it taking me 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever, notice the sound there? It comes down there to a whole lot less, so I'm getting what I want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it work and do its thing so we can see how it works. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom out on this so you can see it. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to click here on the button over on the right side in Gemini, and it's going through and it's going to give me some information there. This is going to take a few minutes, so we're going to pause this, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. It took approximately 10 to 15 seconds for it to get that information. And look what it has given me and you right now. And I came in here and I gave the prompt. Let me show you what the prompt is up here. Come in here on this a little bit more so you can see it. And I put in here, give me a summary of this video on the left entitled Elon Musk, AGI, Timeline, US versus China. These are the topics that they were covering on that. And notice I say the video on the left so it could reference it. It found that right there. And I put all this in here and I said, cite the main issues of the discussion. Then give me an analysis of online of alternative points of view that might come from different viewpoints. See, what I'm doing is I'm not going just to this video. I'm going elsewhere on the net to get alternative points of view, whatever they might say. So cite references and do fact checking. I don't want any AI hallucinations. So it's going to make sure that I don't have those, and I want you to see what it gave me. Look at this. In just a few moments, it said this summary and analysis are based on Elon Musk's recent appearance on the Moonshots podcast with Peter Diamandis, titled Elon Musk and Timeline US, AGI Timeline, US versus China, et cetera, et cetera. It gives me, look at this, we're not going to go into all the details on this, but see the summary of the discussion. As a matter of fact, let me bring this out just a little bit more so you can see it even more clearly, and you can see what it is. I got my video in the way, so I'm going to get out of the way here. Summary of the discussion, Elon Musk and what they're doing here. I'm going to make my video a little bit smaller here. So Elon Musk predicts that artificial intelligence, AGI, defined as AI smarter than any individual human being, et cetera, et cetera. But look at this. It's giving me all this. The main issues are identified, alternate points of view, and fact checking. Whoa, this is really good because now we're getting something even better than just a summary. We're finding out what is going on, what do other people believe. Think about the possibilities of this. Instead of just viewing something, you're now going to be able to think about it and do critical thinking. Think about, wait a minute, let me look at this side and that side. This is available to us now, and I would encourage you to think about how you could do it. For instance, let's say you're in a sales situation and you're going to say, you ought to buy our product or use us in the service for doing this, but the client has some objection because they could go the other way. What you want to do is find that out. Then you can go in and say, now I know there's these issues here of A, B, and C that sometimes you might look at the situation and think, maybe we ought to go with the competition. Well, here's why it would be better. And you would identify their reasons, not in an argumentative way, but in a way of saying, these are the issues that are there. These are those issues on the other side of the issue. We want to find out what is the best. And do you see what this is doing? It's helping you to think more clearly. And you're able to do this in a big way to get the kind of information you need. Oh, and another really nice thing about it, you can have the computer feed back to you the information if you really want to learn this and have it drill you in a Socratic way with flashcards. Just say that kind of prompt. Then you can design it so you start learning it. Psychologists, neurologists, people way, way smarter than me in the area of learning and cognitive development talk about when you make something a little bit tougher and you have to stretch your mind, you have to learn it, you're more likely to remember it. So do you see, this gives you and me a huge advantage. By using that split screen, you're able to use this. What I did is I just brought in Gemini and said, clicked on it. It was right up there because I'm using Gemini. It was up here in the right corner. Clicked on that and I was able to type in the information, having it reference the video over on the left, and this works beautifully. So think about how this can help you when you're working with lots of data. We're not lacking for data today. We've got lots of video, more than any of us can watch. But now you've got a way to condense that. And this can work for any video. It doesn't have to be those real long ones. You might have one that's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Or I understand also the videos that I'm creating. The same thing can apply. And what you want to do is be able to get the essence of it, the most important parts. I like using 30 paragraphs or less, 20 paragraphs or less. You might want more than that, maybe 50, but then go in there and say, show me the specific things where they talked about A, B, and C. You know the topics that are involved in it in your field. Tell me what they said about this. And then how would they react to these counter arguments if it's a controversial subject? Or what are the main objectives that they have to learn, why they want to buy this, but then also why they might not want to buy it, the objections of what they're doing. This is breakthrough ideas, and it gives you and me the opportunity to really excel and to get ahead. I'd love to hear from you on this. Let us know what you think on it, because this is something that's going to touch on our world. Think of it for learning, for children of all ages. All of us need to keep learning, and we need to question our own premises. This is not about arguing with two sides. Matter of fact, this is just the opposite of it. It's about understanding and finding out where each side is coming from and the main issues they're dealing with, so we can empathize with them. There's an important word that we don't hear a lot about today. Empathize with the other side, where they're coming from, why they believe what they believe, versus saying, oh, they're just a bunch of bad term, bad term, bad term, and all they want to do is tear down our country. Well, can we get beyond that? Can we get to a place where we say, let's look at what's going on. Let's hear it. Now, there's going to be other opposition. We understand that. But this way, it gives you the ability to understand more than just one point of view. I'm Terry Brock. We were looking forward to hearing from you. What do you think about this whole approach and how you would use it? Give me some ideas, however you're getting this content, whether you're listening to it on a podcast or the video or on a social media site. Let us know in the comments below what you think and how we can deal with this. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for joining us.